The story of St. Nicholas, the real Santa Claus.
The true story of Santa Claus begins with Nicholas, who was born during the 3rd century in the village of Patara in modern-day Turkey. His wealthy parents, who raised him to be a devout Christian, died in an epidemic while Nicholas was still young. Obeying Jesus' words to sell what you own and give the money to the poor, Nicholas used his whole inheritance to assist the needy, the sick, and the suffering. He dedicated his life to serving God and was made Bishop of Myra while still a young man. Bishop Nicholas very soon became known throughout the land for his generosity to those in need, his dedication to protect children, and his concern for sailors and ships.
Under the Roman Emperor Diocletian, who ruthlessly persecuted Christians, Bishop Nicholas suffered for his faith, was exiled and imprisoned. The prisons were so full of bishops, priests, and deacons, there was no room for real criminals, murderers, thieves, and robbers. After his release, Nicholas attended the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, where he heroically defended the Church against heresy. Through the centuries, many stories and legends have been told of St. Nicholas's life and deeds. These accounts help us understand his extraordinary character and why he is so beloved and revered as protector and helper of those in need, and why he is the inspiration behind Santa Claus.
One story tells of a poor man with 3 daughters. In those days, a young woman's father had to offer prospective husbands something of value, a dowry. Without a dowry, a woman was unlikely to marry. This poor man's daughters, without dowries, were therefore destined to be sold into slavery. Mysteriously, on 3 different occasions, a bag of gold appeared in their home, providing the needed dowries. The bags of gold, tossed through an open window, are said to have landed in stockings or shoes, left before the fire to dry. This led to the custom of children hanging stockings or putting out shoes, eagerly awaiting gifts from St. Nicholas.
Another story tells of 3 students travelling on their way to Athens. A wicked innkeeper robbed and murdered them, hiding their remains in a large pickling tub. It so happened that Bishop Nicholas, travelling along the same route, stopped at this very inn. In the night he dreamed of the crime, got up and summoned the innkeeper. As Nicholas prayed earnestly to God, the 3 boys were restored to life and wholeness. In France, the story is told of 3 small children, wandering in their play until lost, lured and captured by an evil butcher. St. Nicholas appears and appeals to God to return them to life and to their families. And so St. Nicholas is the patron saint and protector of children.
Several stories tell of Nicholas and the sea. When he was young, Nicholas made a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. Returning by sea, a mighty storm threatened to wreck the ship. Nicholas calmly prayed. The terrified sailors were amazed when the wind and waves suddenly calmed, sparing them all. And so St. Nicholas is the patron of sailors and voyagers.
Other stories tell of Nicholas saving his people from famine, sparing the lives of those innocently accused, and much more. During his life, he did many kind and generous deeds in secret, expecting nothing in return. That is why he is also the patron saint of gift-giving.
Nicholas died on the 6th of December 343 AD in Myra and was buried in his cathedral church, where a unique relic called manna formed in his grave. This liquid substance, said to have healing powers, fostered the growth of devotion to Nicholas. Within a century of his death, he was celebrated as a saint. The anniversary of his death became a day of celebration, St. Nicholas Day, December the 6th.
Widely celebrated in Europe, St. Nicholas's feast day on December the 6th kept alive the stories of his goodness and generosity. In Germany and Poland, boys dressed as bishops and begged alms for the poor. In the Netherlands and Belgium, St. Nicholas was said to arrive on a steamship from Spain to ride a white horse on his gift-giving rounds. December the 6th is still the main day for gift-giving and merrymaking in much of Europe.
Then, in 1823, a popular poem called A Visit from St. Nicholas, which we now know as The Night Before Christmas, first described St. Nicholas as bringing toys and sweets to children on Christmas Eve. The legend of Santa Claus was born. Santa has since been portrayed by dozens of artists in a wide variety of styles, sizes and colours.
It's been a long journey from the 4th century Bishop of Myra, St. Nicholas, who showed his devotion to God in extraordinary kindness and generosity to those in need, to the modern-day jolly Santa Claus. However, if you look back at the story, he is still Nicholas, Bishop of Myra, who continues to model true giving, faithfulness, and joy during the Christmas season.